to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen, and this is episode 119. Take 5? I don't know. I've recorded several episodes, 119s before this, and they just never got edited because I did not have time. And I apologize, but I'm back. It's October 20th, 2014, after Rhinebeck, after the Gauge Intention pop-up shop, after many fiber-tastic festivities. They're over, so now I have time. And I have stuff to show you, and I have stuff to tell you about, and I have an exciting announcement, and yeah, this is what happens when you don't podcast for I don't know how many weeks, but yes, okay. By the way, if you're just tuning in, this is welcome to the show, first of all. This is a knitting, spinning, and hand dyeing podcast, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It's good to be back. And I have a cat who would like to say hello. This is Bella, my co-host. She's sitting on my lap, saying hello, and biting me apparently, so she just wants to sit and chill, which is fine. She occasionally pops up to say hello. As I mentioned last week, I was doing a trunk show at the Gauge Intention pop-up shop in Brooklyn. Michelle Wang, who designs for Brooklyn Tweed, found me on the Ravelry and contacted me and ever so kindly asked if I would be interested in doing a pop-up shop at her shop during the New York City Yarn Crawl. And of course I said yes, because I live right in the neighborhood and I think she's awesome and I love all of her designs. And she's just all around an awesome person. So yeah, I did the pop-up shop. It was a huge success. Big thank you to everybody who showed up and said hello and bought yarn and just hung out. And I met so many awesome, wonderful people at Gauge Intention. And, you know, I really hope that she sticks around because right now it's a pop-up shop, as I mentioned. So she's only open on weekends throughout the fall. So she opened up in October, and then the shop will be open all throughout until the first week in December, before Christmas, I want to say. And there goes the cat. So yeah, definitely check that out. Me and Maria and Kim went to the launch party, where, you know, we hung out and we celebrated the shop and everything like that, and we got to meet, totally fangirled, but we did get to meet the Mr. Brooklyn Tweed, Jared Flood. Yeah, I had no shame. We had no shame in fangirling over him. I grabbed his arm. I was like, "Hi, I'm Kristen. This is Maria. We have a podcast, and I'm a hand dyer. Hi, we love you." So we totally just geeked out over him, and yeah, we had a very lovely conversation with him. He's super nice, super genuine, and there's nothing more to say. We met Brooklyn Tweed. Life achievement unlocked. It was awesome. But yeah, so that said, we did get goodie bags from, wow, Kitty, you are hyper. Clearly she's feeling better. So in case you wanted an update about the cat's leg, she's no longer limping and she's running amok and jumping all over the place. She's doing well. Thank you for all the well wishes. So, but yeah, thank you to everybody who wished her well. She's doing very well. But anyway, yes, so we got goodie bags when we went to Gauge Intention, and here is the bag. How awesome is that logo? So simple, but so cool. Yeah, so, of course, the goodie bag came with a pattern designed by the lovely Michelle Wang. Edie, I think it is. So it's a knit tee. And I will be, like, I love the design of this, but if I were knitting this for myself, I would do a slight modification. Obviously, I would make it longer and lengthen the sleeves, but otherwise, I just really love the texture of it. It's a knitted tee with cable detailing. But yeah, it's an actual pattern. It's a physical, tangible thing. It's not a digital anything, and, you know, I don't want to give away the pattern, so I'll just show you the thing. Anyway, this was really awesome to receive in the goodie bag, and I also, while I was there, I purchased a skein of a hand dyer that I've never heard of actually before, and she's one of the the vendor, or the hand dyers that Gauge Intention is stocking, and she's called Sleep Season Yarn and Fiber. And I saw this and I was like, it must be mine. So here's her. I don't know if I can focus. I'm using my webcam again, guys, so I just did not have the strength or energy to set up my new fancy schmancy DSLR because it's Monday. I came home and I was just like, I just want to set it up and go. So this is what I'm doing. And so far, no airplane flutter. So we're doing good. We're doing good. But yes, this is, as I mentioned, Sleep Season in the colorway Gauge in honor of Gauge Intention. It's 100% superwash merino, 400 yards at 100 grams. And yeah, it's really pretty. It's like neon yellow, light blue, cobalt blue, and a hint of like sand brown. And I saw it and I'm like, why not? Why not? I love it. But the kicker is, because also in the goodie bag, there was a mini skein from Sleep Season, and it happened to be the same colorway. Which, by the way, if you haven't caught wind of Kim from Craft Stash, I will get it. No, I'll talk about it later. But anyway, Kim made a necklace out of this, which I think is an awesome idea for mini skeins. If they're too cute to actually knit up, just turn them into a necklace. Put a little chain through it, and you have yourself some interchangeable jewelry. Which Kim is just, she's so creative like that. But anyway, Sleep Season Yarn and Fiber. As I mentioned, it's a mini skein of 15 yards, enough for 1 hexapuff. And this really makes me want to cast on a hexapuff. Hexapuff quilt. I don't know. Maybe I should start small. Maybe a hexapuff cushion for my chair, because right now I could really use a cushion for the chair. But but yeah, enough for a hexapuff, which I really love. And then it also came with a button by Jones and Vandermeer, which is this really cute button that says handmade. And I think I'm going to sew this into Dennis's cardigan, which sadly I did not finish. And here's the card. Jones and Vandermeer. And disregard my nails, guys. I have not given myself a manicure, and who knows how long, but I'm dearly in need of one. And maybe after I finish podcasting, I will do it. And yeah, in case you're curious, here is the postcard for Gauge Intention, 110 Meserole Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, 1122222. 11222. Which is in Greenpoint, which is awesome. And yes, it goes, it began October 4th and ends officially December 21st. So definitely go to the website. I will post a link to it in the show notes, but here are the dates. Check it out. So I will definitely be visiting them in the weekends to come, because I have an awesome announcement that I'm just going to announce right now. I was going to hold out until the end of the episode for shop update, but since I feel like I should just let you guys know right now. I've been holding out on some awesome, exciting news that I've been dying to share with you guys, and I'm kind of freaking out about it and excited at the same time, and some of you already know what's going down. So, as you all know, I started my own hand dyeing business, Voolenvine Yarns, back in February, earlier this year. And it is doing incredibly well. It's so well that I've pretty much been giving up all of my evenings after work, all of my weekends pretty much, just hand dyeing yarn and fulfilling orders, updating the blog, trying to podcast when I can. It's literally taken over my life and our apartment. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. Even before I even opened the shop, I just wanted a business in fiber and crafting and just something super creative where I'm my own boss. Just working for myself and being super crafty. And I mean, Dennis, we talked a lot and we worked things out and we, got things down on paper. And long story short, I am taking Voolenvine Yarns full time. Yeah. So it's so surreal to me right now because I actually gave my 2 weeks notice at my job, not last week, but the week before. So I am in the throes of my final week. I'm in the midst of my final week at my day job, which is video editing and producing. I love video editing, clearly, because I edit my own podcasts. Granted, it's not the quality that I would like to, because it's usually just kind of run and gun. But my heart is pretty much in crafting and knitting and fiber, and I love it. I could eat it, sleep it, breathe it, and I'm finally making that happen, and I'm super, super excited. And yeah, I it's gonna be my full-time thing. So it's a huge decision. There are obviously gonna be lots of sacrifices that I'll have to make, but it's totally, in my opinion, worth it. And Dennis is being 100%, 120,000% super supportive, and I love him. But yeah, so I am just, there are no words. I'm so excited. It's actually happening. I'm making it happen. And what does that mean? Yeah, I'm Voolenvine yarns full time. I'm going to be dyeing yarn, and that means I will be able to take custom orders again, which I have already started doing. I'm going to be able to streamline my business, which means better customer service, more updates, but with more in the shop. I will be able to make my blog, work on it, make it pretty, and take the photos that I really want to be taking, not just, not that there's anything wrong with iPhone photos, but I have a camera and I want to use it, and I want to be able to take pretty pictures, and just, updating my blog with posts, and, not just the podcast, but like physical posts, tutorials, patterns. I have all these plans that I've been wanting to execute and have not had the time to do so because I've been too busy. I've been a busy bee. So, but now I will have time to do that. And hopefully a clean house. That's another dream of mine, where I come home and the house is actually tidy. And it's just, I love every aspect of it. I really do. I enjoy, it's not even work to me. It's like, I just come home and I dye yarn, and I get excited when guys get excited about my yarn. So I'm waxing poetic about this. I don't want to take up too much podcast time because I want to show you stuff and talk more about knitting and everything. So, but anyway, yes, Voolenvine Yarns is going full time, and yay. So, wow. Okay. So that's the can of beans that I wanted to spill this week really badly. So, yay. Okay. But yes, on to Rhinebeck. I have finished. Oh wait, no. First, I should go on to finished objects, because I do have finished objects that I want to talk about. Because I think it's time that I talk about them. And before I get on to my Rhinebeck booty and the whole experience, finished object number 1. I'm wearing it. This is my Daybreak shawl that I knit out of Jinx Yarns. It's her 100% superwash merino single ply, which is so lovely and soft. So this is it, all blocked and knit up, and I love it. I've been wearing it. I wore it to Rhinebeck. This was not my Rhinebeck sweater because I did not finish it in time, but I did finish. This was my Rhinebeck shawl. And if I can get this to focus, let me see. But yeah, this is the purple variegated colorway is her lavender tea, and then the black variegated or semi-solid is her charcoal colorway. And the pattern is, again, Daybreak by Stephen West, which is super potato chippy knitting. This is the second one that I've knit. The first one I knit out of Knit Picks. You cannot compare to this. This is so incredibly soft. And I'm just in love with the whole color scheme. So I got a text. But anyway, but yeah, I'm in love with this color combination, and I've just been wearing it ever since it got chilly. I've been wearing it. So yeah, Rhinebeck, I wore it. I wore it today to work, and I wore it a couple of weeks ago, days out of the week. But I love it. And this is going to be my go-to shawl this year. Next up, I want to knit a hat for myself, a new hat. because I've been wearing the same, not the, I still love the hat, I wear it all the time, but my Kirsten Kapoor Sophie's Slouch hat, which is a lovely pattern. I kind of wanted another one in a different color, because I've been wearing this one, the same one, for like 3 years. So yeah, it's a great pattern and great hat, and I will talk more about that later. But anyway, other finished objects. As you know, I was spinning yarn to knit a hat for Dennis, and I finished spinning that yarn, spinning that fiber, and yeah, Dennis has a new hand-spun hat by me. Yay! This is, the fiber is by the Yarn Wench, who has an Etsy shop, and I will post a link to her shop in the show notes. And yeah, the colorway was called Leather and Denim, which was like a lovely, like denim, like dark denim blue, light denim blue. Then there were hints of dark tan, light tan, and then like hints of peach. And then there was some white, like natural fiber in there. And I just knit him a basic beanie. I'll just try it on for you. I did like a 4-inch ribbing around it. He wasn't crazy, but he's not crazy about big ribbed hats, but there you go. Just your basic average beanie, and he loves it. He tried it on. It's a little snug on him, but he's like, it's not tight. It's like snug where it's gonna like actually keep me warm. And I was like, yes. And I'm gonna block it. I have not blocked it yet. So dude's got a hand-spun hat from me, and he likes it. So I'm actually forgetting what fiber this actually is. I will post it in the show notes, but I believe it's 100% superwash merino. It might be Polworth. I forget. I lost the label, but it's very lovely, very squishy, very lofty, and I love spinning yarn. I love it. But this, like, yes, I spun and knit him a hat before, but it didn't really fit him. Although he wears it. I mean, it acts like a nice little beanie, but it's not enough to like fold over. That was the Gourmet Stash hat that I spun and knit for him. He wears it. He wears it willingly and loves it, but it doesn't fit him the way he prefers a hat to fit him. So I knit, and I have to weave in the ends. So that's on the to-do list, but yay! And I have enough left over to knit him possibly hand warmers or fingerless mitts or something, maybe myself. But it came out to, I believe it was like 4 ounces of fiber, and this ended up spinning up to, I double plied it. So I filled 2 bobbins up and then just double plied it together, and it came out to about like 92 grams, I want to say. So just under 100 grams, which I think is good. So you can see like right here, there's a little peach in there left over. But yeah, this spun up lovely, and I will definitely be ordering from the Yarn Wench again, because she's awesome. And I used, what was it? I just kind of improvised the pattern. I cast on maybe like 122 stitches on size 4 needles, and then knit maybe 4 inches of ribbing. Like 4 inches of ribbing, and then just knit around and around until Dennis was like, yes, you better start decreasing now. And I started decreasing. I divided all the stitches up into 8, so I placed 8 stitch markers evenly around, which was, I believe, every 15 stitches, and then I just decreased, I did SSK, slip stitch, knit 2 together, decreases on every other row until I finally only had like 8 stitches left, and then I just drew a darning needle through it and pulled it through and wove in all the ends, and now I just have to cut the ends. So yay. Okay, so that's another finished object. The other finished object is my narwhal. Yay! Okay, yay! I'm excited. I'm saying yay a lot. This is Harold. Harold is from the Classic Must Knits Cow that I co-hosted with Molly from the A Homespun House podcast. And that's over. It ended October 1st. So I have to announce winners. I believe I have 3 winners. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to talk about winners this week, but next week I promise. I promise I will announce the winners. There will be a podcast. Hold me to it. There will be a podcast and I will announce winners. And thank you to everybody who participated. The whole thread, I am amazed at how many people joined the knit along, and you are awesome. All your projects are beautiful. So I cannot wait to announce the winners. We have 3 prizes. I have 3 prizes, and Molly has prizes that she has to announce on her podcast. So there are prizes to be won. But yes, this is Harold, the Narwhal. The pattern is by Rebecca Danger, originally called Napoleon the Nervous Narwhal. And he's handsome. He's very handsome. So the yarn is my hand-dyed on my discontinued McGinnis base. And it was sitting around and I was just like, yes, this is total Narwhal material. And it's on, the colorway is Dirty on Purpose. And these are my Slow Boat from China eyeballs that finally came in the mail. And I, as you know, like I had buttons sewn on there, but then these came and I'm like, no, these must go on. So I took off the button eyeballs and put on these little puppies. And they're so cute. He's got green little eyes. The only gripe I have about the pattern is that it calls for a chopstick to be put into the horn. I tried stuffing it with stuffing and it wasn't jiving very well, but so I finally found a chopstick. But when he was pretty much my mascot at the Gauge Intention pop-up shop, and there were children handling Harold, and I was just very nervous. I was the nervous narwhal watching these children play with Harold because, oh my god, there's a chopstick in here. Please do not stab yourself. And I kind of like had to, please be careful. I think I will be replacing said chopstick with a pipe cleaner, which I think is much more safer. I think he needs a friend. And if you follow my Facebook page, I saw some Knitty. They have a new pattern for an octopus that I think I'm going to be knitting up next, and that will be Harold's friend. So, yes. Yay. Harold can sit there. Or maybe over here. Harold can sit here. Okay. There you go. This way he gets a better view. Okay. I think that is pretty much it for finished objects. Works in progress. Oh my goodness. On the way to Rhinebeck, I couldn't resist casting on something new. Because I dyed up a colorway that I ultimately fell in love with. It's not a new colorway, but I dyed it up on my new base, Nouveau, which I will talk about later in shop updates. But yeah, it's called Gothic Garden, which is a lovely mauve, totally my color. But the bonus is that it has green, mossy green speckles throughout. It's like very subtle. You can see that. See, does that want to focus? It clearly does not want to focus, but anyway. There we go. You can see the tiny green mossy speckles. And this is on my new Nouveau base, which is a single ply, 100% superwash merino, which is super soft, lovely. It feels like velvet almost, I want to say. But I cast on Molly's Whispering Pine Shawl with it. Molly from A Handspun House, who I co-hosted the Classic Mustets Cal. And as soon as she published it, I was like, I must cast this on. So I did. On the way, on our drive up from Rhinebeck, I cast it on. US 6 needles. And here it is. And it's lovely. It has like a textured, like the part where you would expect it to just be plain stockinette, it has this lovely textured snowflake pattern. And I believe it retails for $6 US on Ravelry. And it's a lovely potato chip knitting pattern. And yeah, I just knit on it all the way up to Rhinebeck and a little bit on the way back. And I really enjoy knitting on it. And the lighting is okay. It's not doing anything super big justice, but you can see the tiny flecks in there, and it's knitting up so lovely. I'm waxing poetic again. Oh. So, but yeah, I'm really liking the way this is knitting up. Oh, and by the way, These stitch markers are by Nitty or Nice. She so generously gifted these to me a while back. She had an Etsy shop for a while. I don't know if you can see these. There we go. But she had an Etsy shop a while back. She was hand dyeing yarn for a while, and I really miss her stuff. She had really cool, funky stitch markers and hand dyed yarn, and I really wish she would come back. Nitty or Nice, Telma, if you're watching, come back. Come back to the crafty side, you know. Not that she hasn't stopped knitting or anything like that. She's still very much an active knitter and spinner and what have you, but I really wish she would make these things again. So, but yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been working on for the most part. I have other stuff clearly on the needles that I have not had time to work on because my brain has just been too fried. But yeah, Dennis's cardigan, that will be the priority next week when I finally have my freedom to do whatever. But yeah, that is pretty much what's on the needles, what I'm working on. And now on to the epic Rhinebeck update, which I will show you what the booty, the stash enhancements that I have to show you. So Rhinebeck 2014 was awesome. It was great. The bonus this year, I've been going pretty much every year, but the bonus for like, I don't know, maybe six years I want to say? No, maybe more than that. I think 7 years I've been going to Rhinebeck because it's just really close, and Dennis is pretty much, he's from Poughkeepsie, so he's only like a half an hour away from Rhinebeck, and he's the one who introduced me to Rhinebeck the first time around, and yeah, I've been going ever since. So, but this year was extra special because Laura from A Dyer's Notebook and Jinx Yarn, who dyed the fiber from the shawl, she flew out from Texas to come to Rhinebeck. And I finally got to meet her, and yeah, so she stayed with Maria from the Subway Knits podcast in Astoria. So yeah, she crashed at her place because my apartment, I would, you know, normally I would totally offer up my place as a place to crash if one was traveling, but my apartment right now is just so not ready for that. But anyway, yes, Laura stayed with Maria, and on Friday, she flew in, and then I met up with Maria and Laura, and we had dinner at a vegan restaurant. Clearly, I'm not a vegan. I love my meat. I need it. I crave it, but I'm definitely open to new experiences, and if a good vegan place is good, I am willing to try it. And yeah, so anyway, we went to Peace Food on the Upper West Side, which was very good. I had a quinoa salad. We all had quinoa salads all around, and I had temp, which was some form of protein, like a grain protein. I know I'm going off on a tangent right now, but anyway, we met up for dinner at a vegan restaurant. It was very good. We had a good time. Then we went to Sugar and Plum for dessert, where we hung out and knit a little bit, and then we separated, and then we reconvened at Rhinebeck. I believe Laura and Maria showed up at about really early. Like, they left their house at like 6 o'clock to get there at like 8 o'clock. Me and Dennis did not leave our apartment until 10 o'clock to show up there at 1:30. So, and of course my in-laws met us there, along with my brother and sister-in-law with the kids. So the whole family came, and we had a great time. Because, like I said, Dennis's parents only live like a half an hour away. And I just found out that they've been watching the podcast. So, hi Mom, hi Dad. Thanks for watching. So I think it's awesome and hilarious at the same time, and I'm kind of embarrassed. But anyway, thanks for watching. But yeah, anyway, so yeah. What was I talking about? Okay, so yeah. I showed up, I said hello to Dennis's parents, and you know, we got together, and then it was just kind of like a texting thing, like, okay, I'm here, we're there. We didn't really get to hang out at Rhinebeck. We met up briefly for a little bit, and then crossed paths again, like me, Maria, and Laura, and it was pretty much all over the place, you know, but it was still fun. Like, I wandered around, I had the vendors that I wanted to meet, I ran into friends, and people, thank you. Those of you who stopped me and came up to me and said, you know, hey, I watch your podcast. Are you Voolenvine? You guys, you are awesome. And I really, really, truly enjoyed meeting you. You were so cool. Thank you. So yeah, it was great meeting you guys, and just checking out the vending booths. But yeah, I want to show you my stash booty. But by the way, on yesterday, Sunday, me, Maria, Laura, and Kim, and Dana, and our significant others, our husbands, all met up in Astoria because me, Kim, Maria, and Dana wanted a podcast. The original idea was three New Yorkers and a Texan podcast. It was going to be this epic after Rhinebeck podcast that we did, which we did. But yeah, we met up last night, and the husbands amazingly came along and stuck it out and waited for us to podcast. And Maria's husband, Mel, made this amazing Turkish coffee, and we podcasted. But I will be posting that as a bonus episode, where all of us just kind of hang out together and talk about Rhinebeck, and it's going to be awesome. It was awesome. So much fun. But stay tuned for that. But I believe all of us will be posting it to our respective podcasts / blogs and everything like that. And I believe Kim already posted it to her YouTube channel. So I'll post a link to that in the show notes. Anyway, but yes. Rhinebeck stash enhancements. I went there with a budget, and I went there knowing what booths I wanted to visit. So first of all, it was Loop that I wanted to go to, because last year, if you recall, I purchased their spontaneous spinning bats. And this year I wanted to purchase a bullseye bump, and I went there. Dennis came along with me. He was my financial advisor, like he does. He's like, do you really need that? Do you really? I'm like, yes, I need that. You're my voice of reason, but no, I'm just going to go buy this because I have a budget. I can do this. So I was kind of looking for something colorful, but then something stuck out of me, something totally out of my comfort zone, a little bit in my comfort zone, stuck out to me and called my name, like an evil siren. I bought this lovely, lovely Bit O' Business. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah. It's like a seashell pink, sand, like very light sand, with like hints of pink stellina, and it's just so lovely. Oh my gosh. And it's called Seashore. It has a blend of merino, bamboo, tussa silk, and angelina, and you get 5.4 ounces, and the retail price is $46, but so worth it because oh my gosh, you guys, this light, from now on I'm just going to be recording my podcasts in daylight because this incandescent light is not doing it any justice. But how lovely is that? And it's a bullseye bat, so it pulls from the center, and then you just, yes, oh my gosh. I'm in love. And I actually, I was torn. I had one super colorful bat, and then this. But I was like, this is so out of my comfort zone. I don't know, but it just wouldn't let me leave without it, so I took it with me. The other one, like right across from the Loop booth, which I believe was in Building A, I want to say. Is it Building A? It was either Building A or C. I think it was Building A. But anyway, this is where the Loop booth was, and then right across was Into the World. I turned my head and I saw Into the World. I'm like, oh, because I've been stalking their website. I believe I heard of them through the Knit Girls podcast. They always talk about Into the World, and I stalked their website. And I saw one skein called. I saw one. Leave the name reveal until later. But I saw this one braid of hand-dyed fiber that they did that I fell in love with. But at the time, I was kind of being on a budget. I was trying to be good, and I was just like kept adding to cart. Not gonna buy it now. Came back to the website like a day later, add to cart, and then like one day I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna just F it all. I'm gonna go buy the yarn. Life's too short. And then of course it was gone. It was just gone. And then I turned around and I was like, I'm going there. And Dennis followed me. And I was like looking, I was like, where is this colorway? Where is this colorway? And suddenly I saw like the lower shelf. There were like 3 braids left. And I got it. I bought it. This is Vampires of Venice 4 ounces, 4 ounces to 4.3 ounces from Into the World in Wensleydale. Vampires of Venice. How appropriate is that? Yeah, muted shades of teal, green, and then shocks of magenta and brown. I've never spun with Wensleydale, but I'm excited to spin with it. So, and I apologize for the rustling. I know some of you don't like that, but I can't just throw this down. So, I'm excited. I jumped on it. And the other thing, okay, so when I go to fiber festivals, I don't look for the basics. I don't look for the pigeons, as I love to say, of yarn shops, which Malabrigo, Cascade, Patton's, I don't know, the usual suspects that you see when you go to yarn shops. I just avoid them like the plague when I go to festivals and stuff like that. But I was looking at one booth and I totally forget what it is, but this one skein of Malabrigo Rasta, which is super bulky. I never buy super bulky, but this called out to me and I could not let it go. And the colorway is Lotus. Totally me. Muted to the max. Purple. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Yeah. So, it came home with me. It's a single ply. Let me see. Kettle dyed. Pure merino wool. Super bulky. 100% merino. Good. This is going to be a hat. I'm going to have a chunky hat knit out of this. And I think there's like, what? How many yards? How many yards? I believe 120 yards. Oh, here we go. 90 yards. 150 grams. Yeah. And requires US 13 to 17 needles. I don't even know if I own size 13 to 17 needles. We shall see. But anyway. That's what I bought there, and I think, oh, no, there's more. There's more. I was kind of determined, because I saw Maria, she had a Rhinebeck shawl as well, knit from Bijou Bazin, and if you're not familiar, the Knit Along, the Countdown to Outlander cal that I've been co-hosting with Maria, Jasmine from the Knitmore Girls, and Cece from the Geeky Girls Knit podcast, Bijou Bazin created this whole entire line of Outlander-inspired colorways. I don't think these are Outlander-inspired colorways, but I just went to their booth and I was like, I have to own one of these because treat yourself. that was the theme, I feel like, when I went to Rhinebeck this year, because since I started going, I was always like, I'll just order it online when I'm ready, or, you know, but the last 2 years I've just been like, my theme has been treat yourself. Treat yourself, you've earned it. You know, and I was joking around with Dennis about that in the car. He's like, that's not a good mentality to have. And today I was just, at Rhinebeck, I was like, yeah, that's a good mentality. I'm going to treat myself. So, I got 2 skeins of Bijou Bazin, and I am not sorry. These are so soft and so lovely, and I wish these had names. They don't. But they're each skein is 2 ounces, 200 yards, and they're 75% yak down, which is my new favorite phrase ever, yak down. I'm just going to be saying yak down a lot, so be prepared. 75% yak down, and 25% superwash merino. And I think this is the one Molly used for her Whispering Pine shawl. It's a light blue. And then this is like a totally my, olive yellow green that I'm always doing. But I saw these two together. This is only because I did not see gray there. If I saw gray, I would be all over this stuff. But I saw these two together and I was kind of like, these must be mine. These must come home with me. So, so these came home with me. And, but yeah. Bijou Bazin. I like these. So, yay! And that's pretty much it as far as Stash Booty is concerned. So I've got my work cut out for me this whole year, apparently. I don't know. But since we're on the topic of stash enhancement, I will talk about this other stash enhancement that I purchased. Okay, so I've kind of been, I've been mentioning Molly a lot this episode, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. But Molly, you are loved. You are much loved. But anyway, I was watching her last episode. It's been a while since she podcasted. For important reasons. They're important reasons. She's been plotting things, which I will not mention. People are... Okay. Anyway. But yeah, she showed off this fiber on her last episode, which I have actually been eyeing, and I added it to my cart several times and just never got around to purchasing it. But she purchased the same fiber that I purchased, and I was like, oh my gosh, I must. Ren and Ollie, who is, I believe, let me see, Creative Fiber and Yarn, she's from Down Under, and she creates lovely hand-dyed rollags, spinning fiber, and what have you. And this is her latte colorway. And I saw this in her shop on a whim. These are just really beautiful rollags. It's like choco mocha brown, and it gradients into like this lovely dusty rose pink. Oh, I hate this color, this lighting, guys, because it's not doing it any justice. But see over here, but it's like this lovely dusty rose, and it goes into like a light gray, and there's pink stellina in it, and it's really lovely. It's really, I broke into it already. I did a test spin with it, but I decided I wanted it to be a finer spin because I was trying to spin a little thicker. But with this, it's got to be like a fingering weight or sport weight. It's too lovely. But yeah, it comes with 8 rollags at 120 grams. I stink at the metric system, so bear with me. 120 grams, which I believe is about 3.5/4 ounces. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully I will remember to post that in the show notes. But it's Angelina, Merino, and Tussa Silk in the colorway Latte. But Molly showed this off on her last podcast, and that was when I was like, I'm getting on Etsy and I'm purchasing the one that's left. So thank you. You are awesome. And she has such wonderful, beautiful colorways. So definitely check out her Etsy shop. So that was my last stash enhancement that I purchased. So I will definitely be going on a little bit of a fiber diet as of now. So yeah, and rightfully so. Oh, one fell out. I tried getting away. Anyway, okay, so that's it for what I've been working on. I was trying to keep this down to a really short episode. It doesn't happen. It's not happening. So I'm gonna do shop update stuff right now. So if you are not interested in Voolenvine yarns, the shop update thing, I totally get it, and I will see you next time. Happy knitting. But yeah, if you're curious about what's going on in the shop, stick around because I've got some exciting updates to share with you. First of all, I posted a poll in the Voolenvine Yarns Ravelry thread. Which new base would you like to see in the next update? It was a toss-up between sport weight, DK, or worsted, and the tribe has spoken. Worsted weight took the cake, and I have a new worsted weight yarn available in the shop. Yay! Okay, so wow. Okay. So we have a worsted weight now. It's my Deco base, which is 100% superwash merino, and of course I had to dye it up in Outlander, the most popular colorway, the colorway of the moment in my shop, which all of you have been asking me to dye up like crazy, and it's been selling out like crazy, and I don't blame you. I love it. It's a wonderful colorway. But this is Deco. And it has like a lovely sheen. It's super soft and squishy. Yeah. So I have some Deco in this. I have, let me see, Wicked. I stuck to my most popular colorways because, you know, I wanted to see, because I know many of you wanted worsted weight, but I just kind of wanted to see how it would sell. So, yeah, this is Wicked, which is it's more lush than this, because the lighting right now kind of makes it look a little faded, but it's a bright, intense green. Like, not neon, but it's just like a saturated green with like bright yellow, not bright yellow, like a golden yellow hue to it. Definitely check out the website, because that's where you're going to get the most accurate version or visual of this yarn. So I also have it in my Myth colorway, which is a light blue with like hints of purple and dark blue, kind of like an aquamarine, like a very light aquamarine, more blue colorway. So there's that. Again, this lighting is not doing it justice. Check the Etsy shop. So yeah, I'm going to be dyeing up more colorways on that. Also, I have a lot of Gothic Garden on Lush, which is my merino nylon cashmere. And I have it on, yeah, more merino nylon cashmere. And then I have a lot of Wicked on Blitzed. A lot of this, because Halloween is coming up. I figured, okay, get some Wicked dyed up on some Blitzed. So there's that. Yeah. And then what else? The other new base that I have is one of my favorites. It's a superwash, 100% superwash merino, single ply. Kind of like my silky base, but I figured I wanted like a superwash option. Plus this is so soft. Kind of soft like this, but yeah. It's very soft. And this is on my La Absinthe colorway, which is a kind of like absinthe green. I don't want to say neon, because it's not, I mean, it's a bright, vivid green, but it's not like shocking green. It's more like a lush, it's like the color of absinthe, what you would imagine it to be like. But yeah, it's a super soft, you know, lofty base, which I really like. And I have it on, of course, Nevermore, which is a dark purpley gray. And then I have it on its lighter cousin, Poe. Yay! So I'm going to town on this. I really like this base. It's really awesome, and yay. So it's so, like, you can get an idea of like how soft it is. It's so floppy when you skein it and everything like that. So I'm very excited about that. What else do I have? I have lots of stuff, guys. Oh yeah, and I dyed it up on. I did some on Myth, and this I still have to reskein it, or I'm not even gonna reskein it. Just, you know, kind of twist it around, but to give you a better idea. There you go. So yeah, it's a fingering weight. You can, I mean, you can knit socks with these if you like that, but it's so great for knitting shawls and hats and mittens, because it's soft. I mean, but yeah, if you want to put that luxury on your feet, go for it. But yeah, I would recommend it for shawls, mittens, hats, that kind of thing. A cardigan or a sweater. If you like knitting fine gauge stuff like that. Yeah. What else? Yeah, so I've got stuff to update with, because pretty much I sold out all for the pop-up shop. I've got to dye it more. I did a little shop update on the weekend of Rhinebeck only because I wanted to, but I think this weekend coming up I am definitely going to get my dye on, get really creative in the dye pot, and apply myself finally, because yes, I am taking Voolenvine yarns full time, and I will have all this creative freedom that, oh my gosh, I probably won't know what to do with. It's gonna be ridiculous, but we'll see what happens. So, but yeah, other than that, I am super excited about taking it full time, and yeah, again, oh yes, I will be taking custom orders again. So if you have any custom order requests, email me on via Ravelry. Blah, blah, blah. Forget that. If you would like a custom order, contact me via Etsy PM. Also, I do want to say that custom orders, anything that's like, you know, oh, I have this photo that I want you to replicate or anything, that is going to have a 20% custom order fee. Just because it will be taking away from the general process of things, and it takes extra time, extra materials sometimes. I'm going to be applying a 20% custom order fee for those specific custom orders. But if it's a colorway that I've already dyed up, or something that you want in mass quantities, like if you're knitting a sweater and you want it Outlander or Myth, a fee won't apply for that. Just let me know, like, hey, I want a sweater's worth of Wicked on your deco base, or, you know, your Lush base. I won't apply a fee to that. But if it's like a specific colorway that you have a vision for and you want me to create that for you, that is going to have a 20% custom order fee. So just FYI. Also, what else? I will be offering free shipping for orders over $100 through until the last day of October 31st. So my gift to you, my celebration sale, if you will, for going full time. Yay. So take advantage of it. That's all I can say. But anyway, okay, this is a long episode, and I have a lot of editing to do, apparently, because I'm going with my old camera, and there's been a lot of airplane flutter tonight. So, that said, I will see you next week. Happy knitting. Bye. La 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 la.